economic potential of our country's marine resources. So this would also, beyond boosting deep-sea fishing, facilitate harvesting high-value fish like tuna, marlin, sailfish, and the likes. Presently, sir, Indian fishing vessels, they are not well equipped for long-distance operations, and this would actually call for investments in vessels with onboard freezing facilities as well, opening up a sea of opportunity for our fisherfolk. Sir, the limit for duty-free imports on specified inputs used for processing seafoods has been increased from 1% to 3%, sir, over the previous year's export turnover, and this would actually ease the pressure on the marine sector by bringing down the cost of production at a time when one of our largest export earners is actually facing a crisis of the high US tariffs, which have now been, of course, reduced. Sir, the budget thrust on high-value farm produce and allied sectors. So this would also help in reducing our import cost dependency, modernize agricultural practices, and also improve farm incomes. So production of coconut oil has reduced drastically in the past 1 decade. So the production of coconuts in our country is around 600,000 tons, and coconut oil is around 450 tons. So oil production has now reduced to 4 lakh tons, and this, one of the reasons, if not the sole reason, one of the reasons is that our plantations are aging and we need to replace them. Therefore, the Honorable Finance Minister coming forward, shouldering the coconut farmers and assuring them that their trees would be replaced by new saplings, sir, is a welcome measure. Sir, export on coconuts have actually risen to 1.88 lakh tons in 2025 as against the 1.76 lakh tons in 2024, which is a 7% hike. Sir, none of us have actually forgotten the success story of Araku coffee. Sir, when it was initiated, there were many people who did not believe that it would succeed. But today, Araku coffee has become a global brand. So, riding on the success of Araku coffee, to emulate it in cashew nuts and coconuts, sir, this would actually reduce our dependency on imports. Sir, exports of coconut and cocoa and related products, sir, they have increased 26%, sir, touching 4.54 lakh tons in 2025, up from 36.86 lakh tons. So therefore, I think this is a very welcome measure. Sandalwood is an integral part of our culture. Therefore, the support that is being given to sandalwood farming as well as post-harvest processing would only help us in restoring the past glory of sandalwood. Alongside this, sir, the AI initiative called the Virtually Integrated System to Access Agricultural Resources of Vistar, sir, would educate the farmers in every detail of agriculture economics, sir. And this is very important for us because 80% of our farmers are small and marginal farmers who have land holdings which are less than 5 acres, sir. Therefore, this technical assistance would help farmers in innovative practices, thereby enhancing their incomes. Sir, India's 7.4 million MSMEs, they would stand to benefit from the 10,000 crore SME growth fund that has been allocated. This is over and above the 2,000 crore self-reliant India fund that has already been allocated, sir. And this provides access to risk capital for MSMEs. Sir, MSMEs largely supply to PSUs and other large houses, but payments are quite often delayed, which leads to financial crunch and thereby the ill health of the MSME. Therefore, TREDs are being made mandatory, where the invoice has to be settled via the platform with no excuses, sir, is a big help for the MSMEs. The chronic problem that MSMEs face, sir, which even our economic survey has emphasized, is that their lack of accessibility to capital. Therefore, these initiatives, sir, would surely enhance the proximity to capital for the MSMEs, who are one of the largest employment generators after agriculture. Sir, urbanization is happening at a great speed, and the focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 and temple cities, sir, is a welcome measure, because it is here the infrastructure would definitely be upgraded and modernized, making life for migrants who actually come into these cities much better, safer, and they would not have to live in deplorable conditions as they are doing now. So today, recognizing cities and towns as growth hubs is the need of the hour. Therefore, I would surely like to welcome this measure. Sir, having said that, a nation's progress, sir, is impossible without the empowerment of its women. Building on the success of Lakpati Didi, the most important initiative that has been, sir, just 5 minutes, sir, that has been introduced in the budget is the establishment of the self-help entrepreneur marts, or the She Marts, sir, which will provide women entrepreneurs direct market access and business opportunities. In addition, sir, credit-linked support for women-led fisheries and aquaculture enterprises encourages economic independence in coastal and rural regions. So these initiatives are designed to convert small-scale participation into scalable enterprise. Another landmark initiative, sir, in this budget is the establishment of one hostel for girls in every district, especially near the STEM institutions. So this step ensures that talented young women from rural and semi-urban areas would not have to discontinue education for lack of accommodation barriers. So these initiatives collectively strengthen financial inclusion, education access, and entrepreneurial growth for women, converting empowerment into leadership. Beyond economic and educational support, sir, the budget also gives a strong social message that women are partners in nation building and not mere beneficiaries of welfare. Therefore, it is no longer women's development, sir, but it is now, the new story is women-led development. Sir, having said that, I would only like to conclude by saying that the budget has been crafted and presented amidst unique circumstances in an increasingly turbulent world. In such circumstances, sir, this budget is a coherent framework that laid emphasis on financial prudence, infrastructure-led growth, and human development, preparing India for the Viksit Bharat of 2047 in a volatile and an unpredictable world. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. You didn't take 5 minutes further. Next speaker, Sri Y.S. Avinash Reddy ji.
Sir, thank you, sir. Sir, I congratulate Honorable Finance Minister for presenting the budget 9th consecutive time, sir. Sir, and we appreciate the central government for enhancing the capex budget for the year 2026-27 to 12,21,821 crores, sir. 11.5% higher allocation than the revised budget for the current financial year 2025-26, sir. Sir, coming to the allocations for our state, Andhra Pradesh, sir, we all know that Polavaram is a national project with 194 TMC storage capacity, 45.72 meters height, and an estimated cost of 55,000 crores, sir, which has to be spent by way of 100% central grants, sir. Sir, in the 2026-27 budget, an amount of 3,320 crores is allocated. There is a specific mention in the budget presentation that the revised cost of project is 30,436 crores for completion up to MDDL of 41.15 meters, and the balance central grant for the project is limited to 12,157 crores. Sir, at 41.15 meters, only 75 TMC of water can be stored. The objectives envisaged cannot be achieved if the project is restricted only to 41.15 meters height with only 75 TMC storage, sir. Sir, we on behalf of YSRCP bring to the notice of Government of India that this national project should be constructed up to 45.72 meters height, 194 storage capacity, 194 TMC storage capacity with an estimated and sanctioned amount of 55,000 crores, sir. Any change, any reduction to the sanctioned amount will severely affect the interests of crores of farmers across the state, sir. And we also request the Government of India to revisit and issue Environmental clearance to Rayalaseema lift irrigation scheme. Earlier in March 2025, it was rejected. EC was rejected due to lack of persuasion by the present state government, sir. Sir, I seek to draw your attention regarding the borrowings of our state Andhra Pradesh, sir. During 2019 to 2024, YSRCP tenure, considering all forms of liabilities, an amount of 3,32,000 crores was borrowed, sir. Whereas in the present tenure, in a span of just 20 months, an amount of 3,20,000 crores is contracted for borrowing so far, sir. Sir, generally all kinds of borrowing put together should not exceed 3.5% of state's GDP, sir. For instance, during 2014 to 19, the then state government borrowed 17,000 crores beyond their limit, and this excess borrowing was deducted from the borrowing limit of the next government during 2019 to 2024, sir. Sir, if the present pace of borrowing is continued, just like the President stated above, the borrowing limits of the next government will be deducted due to the present government's over-excess borrowings, sir. The next government will not be in a position to pay even salaries and pensions if this abnormal pace of borrowings is permitted. Sir, our state government is raising off-budget borrowings, sir. In May 2025, an amount of 9,000 crores was borrowed by way of APMDC NCD issuances. The worst part here is private lender was given direct access to draw his servicing amount from the Consolidated Fund of Andhra Pradesh, sir, which is highly unconstitutional and unprecedented, sir. Sir, in December 2025, 5,750 crores was borrowed by way of APSBCL bonds. Sir, and recently, State Cabinet cleared a borrowing of additional 11,850 crores by way of APSBCL NCD issuances, sir. Sir, during financial year 2022 and 23, when the previous government tried for similar off-budget borrowing through APSBCL NCD issuances, the central government objected such borrowings, and the Ministry of Finance, it has issued circular, sir. Ministry of Finance has issued circular, wrote a letter to the Special CS of Andhra Pradesh Finance Department dated 27th March 2023 and stopped the state from taking such an off-budget borrowing. Sir, this kind of off-budget borrowings will have long-lasting ramifications. The next governments will have to pay their entire budget amount for repaying the interest, duly sacrificing salaries and pensions for employees and welfare schemes for the poor people. I request the Honorable FM to give clarity on this issue during her reply, sir. Sir, as I mentioned above, our state in a span of just 20 months borrowed 3,20,000 crores, but it could not allocate mere 5,000 crores for completing the 10 medical colleges out of the 17 new medical colleges taken up during the tenure of Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu. Sir, bids are called for privatization the government medical colleges and hospitals, which will directly impact the poor, as they will not be in a position to afford costly treatment in these privatized hospitals, sir. Sir, an allocation of 96,000 crores is made for VBG Ramji scheme, which is new MGNREGS scheme, sir. Sir, state share is increased from 10% to 40%, because of which it is highly unlikely that the allocated amount is completely spent in the year 2026-27. We request the Government of India to implement the new scheme VBG Ramji with 90:10 ratio for our state, Andhra Pradesh, on par with other northeastern states, as our state's financial condition is very, very weak, sir. Sir, yes. We request the Government of India to set up steel plant at Kadapa, which is part of assurance given to the Andhra Pradesh as part of AP Bifurcation Act 2014, sir. We brought this issue to the notice of this August House several times, and we once again request government to fulfill its promise, sir. Sir, we request the Government of India to stop privatization of Vizag steel plant, and also request to allocate grant to clear the present dues of Vizag steel plant, sir. Sir, Kadapa to Bangalore railway line was sanctioned in 2010 with an outlay of 2,700 crores, sir. Sir, till date, only 10% of the work is completed, sir. We request the Government of India to allocate sufficient funds for completion of this project. Initially, this project was sanctioned on 50:50 cost-sharing basis between central and state governments, sir. Sir, post-bifurcation, AP is not in a position to contribute its 50% share, sir. So, AP government has already requested the Government of India to complete this project with 100% central funds. Sir, we request the Government of India to consider the same
Thank
and
you.
expedite construction of this new railway line
please
between
try to
Kadapa to Bangalore, sir. With these submissions, I conclude my speech on discussion on union budget. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, Sri Lalji Vamaji.